What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name's Nicole. I'm a person in recovery. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. So, you guys, today's topic of discussion is how long do benzodiazepines stay in your system? So go get yourself a snack, something to drink. I'm going to try and keep this video at like 10 minutes or less, so that way you guys, can watch it, get through it. But I have got to share some stuff with you guys that happened to me with benzodiazepines and urinalysis. So for those of you guys that don't know, I am a poly drug addict. I was addicted to multiple substances for over 13 years. I started using drugs when I was 17, and I didn't get sober until I was 32 or 33. I can't remember which one. I've been sober for 6 years and about 4 months. One of the first drugs that I became addicted to was benzodiazepines, okay? I had actually gotten a prescription when I was 20, 21, and I loved it. The reason why I was able to obtain a prescription was because one day I was at my job. I used to work for the state of Arkansas, the Department of Finance and Administration. I was at my job and a lady tried to jump across the counter at me because she did not want to pay her sales tax. So I had a panic attack. My doctor gave me one of her peach Xanaxes, the 0.5s, and it immediately relieved my anxiety and my panic. That should have been the sign to me that I did not need to take any more of these. I loved the feeling produced by benzos because it gave me a feeling of relief. It also gave me a feeling of confidence. It gave me a feeling that I could do anything. And it also made me very, very cocky. Like you couldn't tell me nothing when I had benzos in my system. And other people who knew me back in those days would tell you the same thing. So I was addicted to those all throughout my whole addiction. I never was not taking benzos. There was times where I was addicted to like meth or opiates, and I would have days where, or months, or even a year where I was just doing meth and no opiates. But benzos were always a constant throughout my addiction. Well, I'll never forget it. This is probably like my second time going to treatment, and I had to drive from Hot Springs to Little Rock, and I took about 7 or 8 bars of Xanax. Okay, 14 milligrams of Xanax. And I drove myself from Hot Springs to Little Rock. And when I got to the treatment center, I checked in, and then I went outside and I laid on the concrete. It was sunny as hell out. It was July. I laid on the concrete and I fell asleep out there for the next 4 or 5 hours, just barred out of my mind. Then the person that worked at the treatment center finally came through, found me outside, and brought me in. But I have been in treatment for benzos many, 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 many times. Now, I've only gone to detox twice in my life. The first time I went to detox and they were detoxing me off of benzos, they gave me a medication called Librium. I was only in detox for like 5 days. So you guys know as well as I do, 5 days is not enough time to detox off of a benzodiazepine. The next detox I went through, same situation. They gave me Librium, and when I came out and I went into treatment, I couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks. The experiences that I had with benzos coming out of my system was burning skin, ringing in the ears, GI issues, diarrhea constantly. All of a sudden I would have these onsets of panic, just like out of nowhere. My heart would start beating, feel like I was having palpitations. My eyes would be going like this. It was very, very scary. And that's what I would go through each time I came off of benzos, even going into a detox for 4 or 5 days. Now, what I want to share with you guys is how long benzos stayed in my system. Now, I was an everyday benzo taker. I took them every day, and I took them in copious amounts, okay? And so I will never forget it. I was in treatment. I was there for 30 days, and I was still peeing hot for benzos on the 30th day. They were like, "Are you sneaking benzos in here?" And this was like my first or second treatment center I had ever been to. I'm like, "No, I am not. I was not sneaking benzos. I wasn't doing anything." Do you guys know that I was still testing positive for benzodiazepines 45 days later? My pee was finally clean of benzos by 50 days off benzos. The last treatment center I went to, same situation. I was peeing hot for benzos for over 40 days. Now, a lot of people will tell you 72 hours. But what takes into account with all this with benzos are a lot like marijuana, where they store in that fat area. And you can see your girl's a thick soul, sister. So I got a lot of fat for benzos to store up in. And so you got to take into account too, are you a daily benzo taker? Are you chunky like me? Are you drinking a lot of water? Are you active? Are you sweating? All these things come into account, okay? So if you've ever been in an experience where you were trying to be clean, right? Have your urine clean, and you're in treatment or you're on probation or parole and you are testing positive for benzos and you are not taking them, show your doctor, show your probation officer, show your parole officer, whoever, show them this video, okay? Because it really, really does matter, okay? Benzos will stick to you, and they are hard to get out of your system if you are an everyday user. So I wanted to keep this video short because I know I can get long-winded. If you guys have any other videos you want me to make about my experiences with different drugs, please put them down in the comment section below. Remember, I'm not a medical professional. This is just me sharing my personal experience with benzos and my system. I was still showing positive for benzodiazepines 45 days out from using my last benzo. Okay, always consult your doctor if you have any problems. If you're somebody who's trying to come off of benzodiazepines, you are not alone. There is a huge support system for people that are trying to come off benzos. There's a forum called Benzo Buddies. There are a bunch of Facebook groups all about benzodiazepines, and you guys know Dr. B. He actually specializes in helping people taper off of benzos. So if you need any help, you can always reach out to me. I'm just a phone call away. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.